Okay, people. So another film. It's one of those episodes, right? Which I've heard so many good things about was Pig. You know what I mean? So this film, boy, it kind of dropped in what 2021. You know what I mean? Nicolas Cage, all of that. So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a whirl. So it is directed by Michael Sarnoski in his feature directorial debut. He wrote the script with Vanessa Block. Um, the film is produced by Block. Um, also Thomas Bensky, Nicolas Cage, David Carrico, Ben Giladi, Adam Paulson, Dory A. Raff, Joseph Restanio, Steve Tish, and Dimitra Tishigu. It is executive produced by Samoski, Yara Shoemaker, Tim O'Shea, Bobby Hopi, Vince Holden, Aviv Giladi, Michael Diamond, Danny Cohen, Marissa Clifford, Len Blavonik, and Robert Bartner. The film is co-produced by Kyle Eaton, and line produced by Stephen Wiseman. Music is Alexis Grapassa and Philip Klein. Patrick Scola handles cinematography. Brett W. Buckman edits the piece. Simon Max Hill, casting. Production design was Tyler B. Robinson. Catherine Ism handles set decoration. Costume design is James Neon. Hair and makeup is Claire Amadea, Amber Arpin, Sarah Bukas, Jessica Miller, Emmy Otis, Autumn Sanders, Michelle Stoyanov, Pamela Walden, and Tierney Mesmer. Our cast, well, we have Nicolas Cage as Robin, aka Rob Feld. Rob Feld? Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah. We've got his dead wife is played by Laurie, is played by Cassandra Violet. Then there's Amir, he's a truffle salesman, played by Alex Wolf. Amir's dad, who is Darius, played by Adam Arkin. There's Edgar, played by Darius Pierce. Dave, played by Sean Taratota. Mac, who used to work with Rob, is played by Gretchen Corbett. There is Donna, played by Beth Harper. Scratch, played by Elijah Ungavi. Bree, played by Julia Bray. Dennis, played by Kevin Michael Moore. Butcher Joe, played by Tom Walton. Bryce Davies King. Charlotte is played by Nina Belfort. Chef Finway is played by David Keung. The nurse Linda is played by Dana McCallan. Jezebel is played by Delaney Young. Helen, October Moore. And our pig is played by Cora and Brandy. Yes, I think that's it. Oh, and David Shornazy is the audiobook narrator. Okay, so the gist of the film is this. With his only connection to the outside world lying in Portland, businessman, a mere taciturn, meditative hermit, Rob has found solace deep in the heart of the dense Oregon forests and a unique bond with his only companion, his beloved truffle hunting pig. Tired of grappling with the profound sadness of prolonged grief, Rob relies on a simple daily routine to keep his sanity, self respect, and dignity. Utterly unaware that he has already caught unwanted attention. Now his best friend is missing, and revenge can only make things worse. Indeed, strange as it sounds, inconsolable Rob only wants his pig back. And if he has to, he'll go to the edge of the world to find her. But first things first, who has Rob's pig? So yeah, that's the gist of the film, people. I will like a bit that doesn't really make any sense. You know what I mean? Where it's like Rob relies on a simple daily routine to keep his sanity, self-respect, and dignity. And it's like, kind of looks like Rob ain't showered in a goddamn while. So, you know what I mean? Keeping your self-respect and dignity, keeping clean is kind of part of that, right? I think you could be writing all day, you know what I mean, doing things, but if you're sitting there in your own filth, yeah, it's hard to have a lot of self-respect if you're stinking up the place, right? And yeah, there's a part in the film where he's just been bleeding and he doesn't clean his face, right? At the very end, we see him clean his face, and you're just like, what are we doing here? Right? What are we doing? Now, I think this film, you get the feeling. Well, I got the I should say I got the feeling, right? That it's looking at relationships, the human condition, right? Our dreams, aspirations, what happens if something falls away? How do we recover? How do we cope? Right? That's what it seemed like. I may be fucking wrong here. All right? I may be wrong. But though I could see those things in the film, it did, I don't know, it felt kind of convoluted, right? In the way to get there. Now, it's not a long film. It's literally just over an hour and a half, over 90 minutes, right? But it felt long. It felt really fucking long to me. I mean, I was, I don't know. I felt myself kind of flagging. You know what I mean? And it's just like, just trying to keep focus on this film. There didn't seem to be a lot pulling me here. It's just because we got this, we've seen this dynamic of a surly old person who's rude to everyone, but people seem to love the person and want to help the person. In reality, no one's helping this fucking person, right? No one's helping this fucking person. There's no reason to be a complete and utter dick, right? It's that weird thing, when we see these things about chefs and they're complete assholes. You know what I mean? They shout and swear and belittle people, but it's just like, but they're the best person chef in the world, so I've got to put up. Well, you don't. You don't. Right? And from what we get the gist of, Rob was a outstanding chef. His legend precedes himself. Everyone's still, it's like, oh, Rob Veld. Oh my God, Rob Veld. Oh. But it's just like, we see him be a dick to everyone. So it's a bit like, why? Right? Why, and why are these people putting up with it? Why are these people still like, oh, he's so great, he's so amazing? Yes, his wife died, right? That's sad. You give someone a pass for a little bit, you know what I mean? While they're getting over, it's just happened, it's fresh. But there's a point where you go, okay, you need to sort yourself out because I ain't putting up with this shit anymore. And yeah, I don't know, there wasn't much to like about this character. Even to emphasize with this character, yeah, you lost your pig. I get it. But again, come on, man. Please and thank you goes a long way. You know what I mean? And there, just the dirtiness. I originally thought that was gonna be kind of like Mandy, but a lot less trippy. You know what I mean? Mandy was some crazy ass shit. I liked it. It was fun, but yeah, there was a lot of trippiness involved. And I thought with the way this started and everything, you think, oh, is it gonna be like Mandy? It's not really like Mandy. Which not saying that it's a good or a bad thing. But yeah, at the beginning, I was like, "Is it gonna be like that?" It's not. The acting was solid enough, but yeah, there was just not enough really about any of these characters where I gave a damn. You know, yeah, I just really couldn't just vibe with it. I couldn't see where everyone was just, "Oh, this is incredible." The script was fine, but it just, yeah, there's all these gaps. It's like there's this underground fighting ring. I have no clue what the point of that was. I have no clue what the point of that scene was. Just to get some info. It's like, what? Right? And then just going the way he went into it again. What the fuck was the point? What was the point? I have no clue. I have no clue. It was just weird. And then I think the way this all unfolded, right? You just think, okay, if the outcome was this thing, this could have all been resolved real fucking quick. Like, what was the point? There was no point in certain characters doing certain things when at the very end they were just gonna say and do and be and whatever, whatever. Right? And you could say, oh, it's all about control and power and blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, it just, because, you know, I think we're meant to believe that this character is scary and it's got all this power, but it's just, there's not enough to see, right? Everything is meant to be just on our assumption, but it's just like, I'm just not buying it, right? I'm not buying it. Right? There's the dead mum, which then becomes a thing, and then it's just like, okay, why? Right? Why? Because I don't really feel that added any extra to the story. I don't think it did anything to the story. So it's just kind of it's a little baffling, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe I've missed something about this film. Maybe I have. Look, the cinematography was nice. The score was fine. It just didn't grab me, right? So maybe I've missed this big thing that everyone else could see. But yeah, it's fine, right? And I think we will be able to see what Samoski has when he does the A Quiet Place, you know, standalone seat like thingy bob. You know, he's doing that day one, right? So yeah, it'll be that was another reason why I was gonna wanted to watch this, because you know I'd heard all these things, and then he got like brought on to be the new director of that film, and I'm just like, okay, so yeah, he must have shown some stuff, right? But yeah, you know, I think we'll be able to see him and what he develops into with that film. You know, this was a solid foundation, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Not blown away. I didn't hate it, but didn't love it. Kind of indifferent. But yeah, Pig. It's on Now TV in the UK. You know, you can watch it on Apple, Amazon, all that jazz. So yeah. I don't know, people. Maybe you know, you feel I'm missing something, let me know. You know, you fill me in. I want to understand. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Pig, baby.